Hi, Dorian J here, and I would like to introduce you to my second YouTube build, the Lurker. So what is the point of the Lurker? It is to line up headshots with your silenced weapon, and if needs be, to clear out things with your rocket launcher if you have a sticky situation like multiple dozers or multiple specials posing a threat to your team. Let's get to the skills now. We are using the Mastermind skill tree. We will be rolling with endurance so that we can run longer. We'll be rolling with leadership so that we have greater stability with our silenced assault rifle. We'll get dominator so we can dominate a cop if needs be. For example, if one of your teammates is in custody. We'll be grabbing cable guy and control freak so that we can buy keycard or the expert driver. Also, you will be able to tie up a civilian to trade for one of your teammates if he's in custody. And we'll be using Spouter Basic for that sweet 15% more damage against special enemy marked. Also, we'll be using Combat Medic Basic, but this is just to get to the higher tier. Next, we'll be grabbing Joker so that we can convert a cop to fight by our side. Now, the cop fighting will not last very long because this is just the basic version of the skill, so he will get shut down pretty quickly. But he will still get, some of the cop's attention on him, and you'll be able to line up some headshots before getting the focus on yourself. We're using Kilmer. Kilmer is just there because I want to be able to reload my assault rifle faster, as well as my sniper rifle. Sometimes we'll be using a Car 4, and sometimes we'll be using a Thanatos 50 cal. Now, the 8th version is for running while loading. So while you're reloading and while you're running, the thing is you'll be able to move great lengths and you'll be able to reposition yourself to a better and less dangerous place. So with this build you're going to be moving around a lot. We could have dealt without this skill Ace, but I really like it because the rocket launcher takes a lot of time to reload. We will be using Inspire. It is very useless for me to say why, so that you can get your teammates up, but I do it anyway so that you can get your teammates back up. But also the basic version is very important because you will be able to shout at them and they will have their movement speed increased by 20% for 10 seconds. Also, something that the skill doesn't say is that they will have their reload speed increased, I believe by 20% as well. So what does this mean is that when the necessity of shouting your teammate is that they will reload their weapon faster, and sometimes it can be really useful so that they can block the cops more easily, get choke points, but also they can reload longer weapons faster, such as the Piglet or the rocket launcher in this case. So next we're going to be using some of the Enforcer skill tree, Transporter for moving bags, the classic. Die Hard, it's just to get to the higher tier, you don't really need it, you can take something else if you feel like it. I just use it because I like the armor recovery rate and the fact that I can use my assault rifle as a primary weapon in Bleed Out. We'll be using Underdog so that we do more damage when surrounded. And we can also resist better if we're surrounded by 3 enemies or more. We'll be using Stun Resistance, a very important skill for handling the flashbangs. So it's kind of in the meta right now. Using this skill is like a necessity on Death Wish. You can deal without it, but it's always better to have it, and it makes you more combat efficient. Tough Guy is just optional to get to the higher tier. Ammo Specialist is the consumable that you're going to be bringing. Why is that? Well, you're going to be shooting a lot with your assault rifle as well as with your rocket launcher. So for the rocket launcher, having ammo is always valuable. So you'll be bringing this build mainly because of this, so that you can also provide ammo to your teammates. And last, we have fully loaded basic, so that we have one more rocket with us at the beginning, and we also have more ammo for our DMR-kit Assault Rifle or the M308. We don't use anything from the Technician skill tree. Now moving on to Ghost, we're going to be using Sprinter. It is a classic for extra dodge and also to be able to run faster. We're going to be bringing Fast Ants. This is also a classic and necessity in any builds. We're going to be using Shinobi Basic so that you can move bags, especially bags of gold, faster. We're using SMG Specialist because sometimes you can switch weapons with this build, meaning that you can swap out the rocket launcher and the DMR-kit Assault Rifles for the Krinkov silenced and the Thanatos silenced, so that you can take out, you know, turrets, for example. I sometimes bring these weapons for Go Bank, where there's a turret and we need to destroy it and nobody can deal with it, so I bring the Thanatos along with the Krinkovs. So it's also very solid choice in terms of weapons. I'm going to be bringing Cleaner for 5% extra damage against special enemies, stacked with Spotter that makes about 20%. Martial Arts is just to get to the upper level so that we can get Silent Killer. And Silent Killer in itself, we're going to take the skill basic, so you'll be doing 15% more damage with all silenced weapons. So a lot of people have asked me in the past, why do I take the skill only basic? And the answer is pretty simple to that. I will answer that in just a few moments. I will just go over the fugitive skill tree very quickly. I take Hidden Blade because sometimes I need to kill people in stealth, and I just take that because of that, but you can grab Daredevil Ace if you feel more comfortable with this. We're taking Run and Gun, so we have additional movement speed. Movement speed is very important in this build because we're going to be moving a lot. And the 8th version, which is movement speed, is unhindered while using a steel sight. This is really good for combat, so you don't stay too mobile. You don't stay too static during combat. And we're using Duck and Cover. This is for additional dodge when you're crouching. So now onto why I'm grabbing Silent Killer. We're going to be taking a look at my weapons. The Car-4 is the weapon I usually use, but you can use the AMR-16, the AK rifle, or the M308. Difference is the M308 has more ammo pickup right here that you can see on screen. But you can use any of these weapons, they're really good. Even the Car-4 has a really good ammo pickup. It is between 2 and 3 bullets per pickup, so this is really good. And has a greater chance of picking up 3 bullets. So let's take a look now at the damage. I'm doing 192 damage per shot. Something that has to be known is that there are Death Wish breakpoints, and one of the breakpoint is the tan cops, these brown cops on Death Wish. They have about 340 health, and you need exactly 180 damage. I believe it's 180.92 damage to be able to one-shot them. If you headshot them, actually, if you shoot them in the head, then they will die instantly with 1 bullet. And this is why we are taking a silencer. The bigger the better suppressor, only suppress 1 damage, adds 8 accuracy and 4 stability, so that we can actually go over this 180 breakpoint and get to 192 in this case. This means that with this weapon you can one-shot any tan, and you can even one-shot cloakers if you tag them beforehand. By tagging, I mean whenever you're pointing out an enemy and you spot them, you will have 15% more damage with the spotter skill. So let's take a look at the mods for the Car-4. So of course we're using the DMR-kit, the bigger the better suppressor. I'm using a stability boost because this weapon kind of lacks of it, but you can feel free to put anything else if you want. I'm using a single fire mod, the ammo foregrip, the lead combo, the rubber grip, the thrust lower receiver, the expert mag. You can go with any mags that you want. The L5 is really good as well. I would go with one of these two. They're actually the same, so I go with the speculator side here. You can go, of course, with anything that you want, doesn't really matter. As for the stock, I'm using Warthorn so that I get more accuracy. And finally, I'm using the LW upper receiver for more accuracy and stability overall. Now I'm going to show you just the other weapon that you're going to be bringing, the rocket launcher. There's no necessary mods that you have to bring here. I have a team boost, you can put anything that you like, it doesn't really matter. And you can go without a modification here if you'd like to. It doesn't matter either how the rocket launcher is modded. And now we'll move on to the other optional weapons that you can bring. You can bring the Thanatos 50 cal sniper. With Silent Killer Basic, you will sometimes two-shot a dozer if you tag them beforehand and if you have Underdog activated. This rarely happens, but it can happen, so I'm just using a skin boost here. You don't have to. It's just for a +1 ammo. You could actually put that via the boost here. I'm using the suppressed barrel, the lead combo, the rubber grip, and finally the solar sight. Now moving on to the other optional weapon is the Krinkov, the silence Krinkov. I'm using the Better suppressor. I am using the stability. I am using the single fire. We will be using this weapon as a single fire weapon, so you kind of have to spam it. No extra here. I'm using the Moscow special rail, the lead combo, the AK plastic grip, the low drag magazine, and no sight whatsoever, and we're going to be using the classic stock for more stability. Of course, with this build you want to be using the grinder perk deck. It allows you to regen your health really quickly with a suit or a lightweight ballistic vest. Now, optional but recommended is to take the buzzer for cloakers, the Molotov cocktail for area of effect damage, so you can actually activate grinder really quickly with this. And of course, as I said before, you will be taking the ammo bags with this build. So this is it for the weapons. I will be putting the other weapons composition in the description. As I said, I use only the CAR-4, but you feel free to use any of the weapons that you see here, the M308, AK rifle, or the DMR-16. Now I will just be showing a little bit of gameplay, so that you guys can see how the build handles in Deathwish. As I said, this is a very capable Deathwish build. It's actually one of my favorite. It works really good for killing and doing objectives. So if you have used it after this video and you want to let me know, please feel free to do so. I'd like to know if you guys liked it, and if you think there are any flaws, just you know, put a comment there and just tell me what you think of the build. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, heisters. See you later. Here. So as you can see, I'm taking out some units really far away with the CAR-4. It's a really solid weapon. One-shotting most of the units except the cloaker if I don't tag them, and except the taser because they have so many life, like so much HP. I need to start the time lock, otherwise that's not good.
And how much damage do you have with the CAR-4?
So the CAR-4 is 190 damage, able to one-shot the tents, which is why we're using Silent Killer in the build. So the very big clip here allows us to take out a lot of units before you actually have to reload, and even then you can reload while running, so you're very mobile as well. And if you see a dozer, or if you hear a dozer, just, you know, never hesitate to use the RPG. Although that wasn't necessary because the dozer is obviously not there. It's probably around. Okay, dozer's over there. We don't need to use the RPG there because only 4 shots to the place should be enough. There we go, he's dead. So this is another good thing of the build. You don't have to use the RPG. This is just for sticky situations, but dozers can be taken out pretty quickly, like this. That was a black dozer. If you hide good enough, you won't have a problem dealing with them. We got 1 minute 28 seconds left on the time lock here.
I guess your build can work with all DMR weapons?
Yes, maybe? As explained in the video, the build works with the CAR-4, the DMR-16, the AK rifle, and the M308, although M308 is kind of long to reload and only has 10 bullets in the clip. It's not ideal, but it has a really good pickup though. Alright, I need to be careful about him.
Thanks. This taser.
It should be gone though. There's a black dozer here and the white. Take them both out with the RPG there. Well, as you can see, we are moving a lot using kill merge with full potential. And you'll notice every time that I have to reload, I'm kind of backing in another position. So I can reposition myself knowing where the cops are. So the Carrefour is a really good weapon. The only downside would be its stability is kind of lacking, but if you get used to it, it's not a problem.
Anyway, with DMR, maybe stability is not the more important thing.
Yeah, because you are shooting bullet per bullet, and it's not a big issue to have stability issue, although you can use the AMR-16 if it bothers you, as the AMR-16 have way much more stability, but picks up a little bit less ammo. It's still 2 to 3 bullets per pickup, but you will pick up, most of the time you'll pick up 2 bullets rather than 3. You would have less chances of getting 3 bullets than the Carrefour, so that's why I'm using it. So this mission is just to demonstrate the build. We're not doing full loot or anything like this, we're just doing minimal loot here. So since you're using Rider, don't be afraid to go toe-to-toe with the enemy. This is what the build is for. You're supposed to be killing a lot of cops. Your build can handle quite much. Taking out tasers that are tasing you with DMR is also really, really good because your clip is so big. It gets instantly reloaded by the taser, so...
Doing shits. As usual.
So we have a bunch of shields there. One of the things that you have to be wary about is the taser situation here with the RPG. You don't want to be shooting the RPG on yourself or with your teammate. Sadly, sometimes it happens, and I'm dead. So while you're down, and if you have no one inside, you can try to reload your RPG. That didn't work.
Oh, there's the cloaker. Ah, fuck.
Wasn't really careful there. Trying to take out some units when you're on the ground, but didn't work. Alright. Out of ammo, obviously we can use some, that's why we brought it.
I can place one medibag here.
Yes, thank you. I will heal now because it's rather safer that way. As explained in the video, you can also take some hostage if you want, dominate some cops, although don't risk your life for it, because that unit will pretty much die straight away. So this is another thing the build is good for. The captain's coming, and the RPG can pretty much take out the captain in 2 or 3 rockets, and it's pretty beast at doing that. So
Captain
we are
is there.
going to go to the captain. Okay, so that's problematic. We have a shield just in front of a black dozer. I'll take him out of the RPG.
Let me check upstairs. Yes, it's open upstairs. We can go through there if you want.
It's okay, I'm already downstairs, near the captain.
Okay.
So yeah, you go toe-to-toe with the captain, and there he's just gonna be spammed with rockets. Rocket launcher is a very powerful weapon, although here it's taking 3 rockets, rather. Because I didn't go around the captain, so I pretty much killed the ones that were up front, but not the one backwards. So as explained, you can take a hostage every once in a while. See, the converted unit kind of protected me from the dozer there, so I could take him out safely. So this is why sometimes you want to take a not a hostage, a dominated cop. As I said, it's not mandatory. It's always nice.
I've totally forgotten that I've Kilmer Haste.
You don't use it often. You forget about it.
Never played with it.
But this is also the case of many people who are probably going to try this build. They're not used to playing with Kilmer, so yeah, they kind of forgot they have it. I can hardly forget that I have it because it's such a great asset that I'm going to use it. It really allows you to run everywhere. Trying to take this hostage, this cup hostage. Just convert him. There we go. Again, as I said, you'll see that he's not fighting for long,
No,
but
seriously. Thanks.
no problems. Alright, we're just gonna find the keys now.
Yeah.
Keys are not here. It's not here either.
There.